What's up guys, back with another speed test and camera comparison. We will also be testing these speakers too at the end here. So we got the S10 Plus versus the iPhone XS. Two really awesome older flagship phones, 300 bucks, 300 bucks, same price. And yeah, I really love both of these phones. Check out my videos on both of these if you want a more in-depth look. Let's go ahead and make sure we got all cleared applications here. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna open up Instagram. Seems like pretty much a tie there. YouTube. S10 Plus. A little bit faster. Scrolling is really smooth on both of these phones. And also the gestures and everything. I just like to have the buttons on the S10 Plus. S10 Plus again, still very fast. S10 Plus. As we're going to see with gaming, both of these two phones are phenomenal gaming phones as well. XS got in there first. As far as screens, now I do like the screens on both. They're OLED 1080p, and then on the S10 Plus, you have a full 1440p display, Super AMOLED. But the colors and everything are just more vibrant, and I think the S10 Plus is a sharper, I mean not sharper, but it is a sharper display, but it's a brighter display. So that's one thing that I also noticed here. Let's go ahead with Temple Run. Hold on. Or redo that one. Or redo that one. Oh, the S10 Plus still got it there. Okay. So far, S10 Plus does seem like the slightly faster phone here. Jetpack. Now, Jetpack seems just better optimized on the iPhone to me, I think. So we might have to take this out as a speed test, but let me know if you guys would like that. Twitter. So it does seem like the S10 Plus is a little bit faster. Now let's go ahead and do PUBG. So what's awesome about these older flagship phones is that they can actually play PUBG at high settings, and it is a really nice experience because they're very cheap. And if you look at, $300 phones like the Redmi Note 10 Pro or the A52 5G, and the XS getting in there first, if you look at those phones, they can't play PUBG at max settings, and they're just not going to play games in general as good as these two phones. Alright, so we got PUBG on the S10 Plus. Again, we'll check out those settings. You can see we can play on HDR Extreme, and we can even go up to Ultra HD. It has a really nice big display that we can play on. Like I said, beautiful display on here. And if you don't like the punch hole in the way, you can always, turn it down here, and then it's not, you can't really see it. So that's how you pretty much fix that issue there. But gaming on here is pretty good. It doesn't really get hot and stuff like that. So I usually don't mind it. Thank. The iPhone X is pretty much the same. So if you guys really want to do gaming on a cheaper phone, if you guys want to game on a $300 phone and you want a good gaming experience without having to buy a $600 $900 phone, these are very good options here. Let's go ahead and check out RAM management here to see if we get any closeouts. And we got one closeout on the iPhone. Another closeout on the iPhone. PUBG still open. Okay. So that RAM is coming in good handy on the S10 Plus because we literally did not get a closeout on any of those applications. So very nice. All right, guys, here are the Geekbench scores. As you can see, the iPhone, you know, a stronger chip on paper, you know, as we can see. Here's our multi-core score and in the multi-core score. But as we saw with the app opening test, the Galaxy was mostly, you know, faster than the iPhone. So, you know, very interesting. Let's go ahead and talk about the cameras, and then I'll show you the side-by-side stills. On the S10 Plus, we have a triple camera setup, a 12 megapixel standard, 12 megapixel telephoto, 2x optical zoom, 16 megapixel ultra wide, and then we have 4K 60, and then a 10 megapixel selfie cam on here, and then an 8 megapixel wide cam, and that also shoots 4K 60. On the iPhone, we only have a dual camera setup. On here, it's a 12 megapixel standard, 12 megapixel telephoto that does 2x optical zoom, then 4K at 2430 or 60, and then we have a 7 megapixel selfie that shoots at 1080 60. So I'll go ahead and show you guys those side-by-side stills. All right, we got these speakers at max volume. Let's start with the 10s. All right, so the S10 Plus is definitely louder, but the iPhone XS does have a more thumpier bass to it. Bass sounds louder, but overall I think sound quality is just more fuller and more balanced on the S10 Plus. Like I said, it is kind of like a preference which sound you kind of prefer, the more bassier sound, or but to me this sounds a little bit more balanced. So yeah, so that is pretty much it, guys. Be sure to let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.